Okay, so it is 12:30 Eastern Standard Time, Monday, September 12th. And as I promised, I'm going to be here with my recap. So yesterday I did the live stream through the first three quarters. It was 38-21 Eagles at the time I finished. We gave up two fourth quarter touchdowns. We narrowly escaped with a 38-35 victory. I mean, we got the W, so a win's a win. But there were a lot of red flags from this team right here, and there were a lot of things that we were concerned with their performance. Hence why I asked in the poll question, are you satisfied with the Eagles' win over the Lions? Yes or no? So as you're coming into the stream, you can vote on that poll right there while it's up. Also, do me a favor, leave a comment in the live chat if you want to. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the live chat, I'm going to put the link to it. So if you guys want to join in and chat with me while I'm doing this, you're more than welcome to. Let's get to it. So we got the W, obviously, but there were a lot of mistakes we made. So I'm going to go through a little bit of the good and the bad. So the good is obviously we got the win in a game we were favored to win against the Detroit Lions, a rebuilding team. So we got the win there. That's the good right there. And we also like what we saw with our running game, again, as always. I mean, we did good. We got four different backs got touchdowns out of this. Got a scrambling TD from Hurts, Boston Scott, Miles Sanders, and Kenneth Gainwell. Look, we got four. So that's good right there. And we got A.J. Brown, his debut. He got 10 receptions for 155 yards. So that was a nice career high for him in his first game as an Eagle. And Miles Sanders, look, he got 13 carries, 96 yards. And like I said, he got a TD, his first TD since 2020 season. So it's a nice performance by Miles Sanders, respectable. And Jalen Hurts, we saw him make some plays with his feet too. We saw similar to Michael Vick in terms of his play, with him moving, making plays on his feet, and even some of the passes too. A.J. Brown being his main target. You know, he had good chemistry with him right there. We could kind of see that there was chemistry there all throughout camp. And now we saw game one, there was a lot of good chemistry there between them. You know, he targeted Brown often. Brown made the receptions and helped us out offensively. So that counts. Granted, A.J. Brown didn't get the touchdown, but he certainly got some of the big receptions that helped us keep us on the field and keep time possession in our favor. And defensively, we got a pick six from James Bradbury in his first game as an Eagle, 27-yard pick six. They get 10 tackles by Marcus Epps. So we did get some good out of this game right here. Certainly, we did do enough to get the W, so there was that. But there was also some bad in this game too, such as, careless mistakes, specifically with penalties, because we gave up more penalties. We had a total of, 12 penalties. We had two different times where we had 12 men on the field, which is inexcusable right there. How do you do that twice? 12 men on the field two different times. Please explain how that makes any sense right there. This Philadelphia Eagles team did that. I mean, obviously, mistakes do play a factor. Teams make mistakes. But we got lucky we were playing the Lions. Those mistakes we're making. 12 men on the field twice. How do you not keep track of how many guys you have on the field? This is one of the basics of football. You have to do is keep track of how many players are on the field. Make sure you have the right amount. This happened twice. We botched that in a single game. Right there. And our run defense was terrible. We got DeAndre Swift. He ran all over us. You could see I was getting frustrated with that yesterday in the live stream. I was even thinking, hey, we're lucky they're not giving him more carries, because if they were, he could have done even more against our defense. Still think that's true right there. I mean, Jamal Williams, we managed to continue the second string back. We did manage to contain him a little bit better, but our run defense did not look good there. I thought going into the season we were supposed to have a good run defense. Wasn't that one of the things we hyped up? How this run defense was going to be better. This defense as a whole was going to be better, but I didn't see that there. Now, Gray, this is week one, so I'm not going to go crazy and go hardcore ranting on this defense's performance, because it is only the first game of the season. However, there were a lot of flaws I saw in this defense that does need to be fixed up. and they do need to be fixed up for next week. We're going to go beat the Minnesota Vikings, which I'll get to the Vikings' performance and their win against the Packers toward the end of this stream a little bit. But back to yesterday's Eagles game. So yeah, we did not do a good job stopping the run. Next week, I got to go against Dalvin Cook. So that's a concern right there. Honestly, too many penalties. Come on, we got to fix up on that. I mean, I know it's week 1, but we got to start doing better going forward throughout the season. Especially if we're really going to be this team. We're going to really be as good as we're hyped up to be. We got to do a better job. Stop committing these stupid penalties. Because all that's going to do is cost us games down the line. What's going to do is cause us to lose them close games down the line. And a lot of the mistakes we made is one reason it was a close game. Now, I did say going into it, the Lions would put up a fight. And to their credit, they did put up a fight. Even when we were up 38-21, they still managed to score 2 touchdowns. They were still going out there playing in the fourth quarter looking to win. Even if the score seemed out of reach on paper, they still went out there and played looking to win. So I got to give the Detroit Lions credit for that. They went out there and were looking to win. And they gave it their all to the very end. So I got to give the Detroit Lions credit for that at least. They put up a good fight. I'll give them that. But we did get the W right there. I mean, it was a tough win, but same time a win's a win. Now, with like you said, so this game, I mean, I was happy with the run game right there. I was happy that we still committed to the run, like even with the upgrades in the passing game. We got a little bit pass happy on the opening drive there, but then after that first drive, we started to settle in. We tried to go more, tried to gravitate more toward the run a little bit, realizing, hey, this is one of our main strengths. Let the run do its job to open lanes in the passing game, and we certainly improved from there offensively after that disastrous first drive. And we were converting a lot on third down too. We got a lot of third down conversions, and we got a fourth down conversion as well. So, hey, it worked out in our favor. So offensively, we converted when it mattered most on those key third down and fourth downs, and that played a factor in us winning this game. We did control time of possession, which is always an important factor too. Because we had the ball total of 3 more minutes than they did, about estimate-wise. So that was nice right there. And Jalen Hurts, my thing about him running is sometimes I do worry that he's running a little bit too much. However, though, if you look at some of the plays he's making there, he's making plays that helped us out, like especially some of those third down runs he's making. He's going back to pass on third down. He's getting rushed. He's rolling to his left or his right, and he's taking off and getting those first down yardage. That's a good thing right there. No, so even though I do sometimes worry he's running a little too much, though when he is running, he's making plays. So I got to respect that right there, and I at least appreciate the fact that he is making plays when he's moving. Because like I said, he's got that similar style to a Michael Vick. Not the exact same caliber quarterback as a Michael Vick, but he does have a similar style there, where he moves and makes plays on his feet when he needs to. And he can make some plays passing too. We saw him get a deep ball into A.J. Brown. So we saw him make some plays in the passing game too. He had a respectable passing performance as well. So Jalen Hurts, he put up a respectable performance in this game. And he did make some plays while he was being blitzed on his feet, which is the good thing about a mobile quarterback. So that was good right there. So I like the overall performance we got from Jalen Hurts right there. It wasn't a perfect game, but it was a good game from him. And even Miles Sanders, hey, he had a nice game. He finally got a touchdown. And he got 96 yards on 13 carries. So that's good right there. Like what I saw there from Miles Sanders. As long as he can stay healthy and as long as he can hold on to the football as the season goes along, I expect him to do good for us. Because he did good yesterday. So it was good right there. And A.J. Brown, obviously, I mean, Hurts was going to him often, and he was making some big catches too. He caught a few deep balls. He even helped us get a few first downs throughout the game. So, hey, now we see that's why we brought in A.J. Brown to be a weapon in the passing game. Because you could see he was making a difference for us there. He was Hurts' go-to target, and it was working out for us. So that was nice. So that was good right there. So we got, our three main players on the offensive side. Jalen Hurts, Miles Sanders, A.J. Brown. And we even got the other running backs involved too, Kenneth Gainwell and Boston Scott, and they helped us out too right there. So obviously this team shows they're still willing to commit to the run, and they can still run the ball effectively. And we did see them, we saw in the passing game too, some effectiveness there too. So I liked what I saw on the offensive side of the ball. That was the best part. It was the best part of us for a team's performance. Now, defensively, look, my main thing is I'm really got to look at Jonathan Gannon on this one. I mean, last year I didn't see anything from Jonathan Gannon that really impressed me at all. And even for my video I did back in the summer, the top 5 Eagles on the hot seat, I even put Jonathan Gannon on that list because I wasn't impressed with him last year as a defensive coordinator. And what I saw yesterday against the Detroit Lions, even with all that talent we have there, with Darius Slay Jr., James Bradbury, Kaiser White, TJ Edwards, Hassan Reddick, we still gave up 35 points. We still struggle to stop the run. I mean, I'm looking at Jonathan Gannon sideways now. I'm like, if it were up to me, I'd be willing to walk him today. Obviously, they're not going to do that this early in the season, but that's the impression I took away from his performance as a defensive coordinator. Like, this guy's terrible. He needs to. I don't see he don't have a future with this organization. I mean, if he longer he stays, I think it's going to be more trouble for the defense. I mean, even with the talent we have around us, we saw yesterday we were struggling. In the fourth quarter, they got hot. I mean, the first quarter, okay, we had that first drive. We gave up a big run there, and we let them score a touchdown. But after that, we had a few 3-and-outs there. Even the second quarter, we did decent right there. So our defense was doing pretty good for the first half for the most part. But then the second half, things fell apart, particularly in that fourth quarter when the Lions were driving and moving downfield. Our defense looked winded, and they looked horrible in the second half. I mean, they were letting Jared Goff, too, start to get in a rhythm and build some momentum. I mean, there's a good chance that if the game would have been just, another 5 minutes or so, Lions could have got the ball back, and they could have possibly scored a touchdown and won this game against us, if that were the case. But that's how bad this defense was looking in the second half. Because I don't know what was going on right there, but I'm not trusting Jonathan Gannon's system at all. But I don't know what they were doing. I mean, they were doing a poor, they were falling apart in coverage in the fourth quarter completely. You saw they let DJ Chark get in that big touchdown at the end. But there were also a few plays where Lions receivers dropped some passes that if they didn't drop those passes, that could have changed the outcome of the game. But that's football for you. Sometimes those mistakes play a difference in the outcome. And those mistakes by Lions receivers dropping passes played a difference in us winning this game. But yeah, I was not impressed with the defense's performance, especially in the second half. I mean, first half we did solid. We got some pressure on Goff. We forced him to throw the ball, make some incomplete passes, and we did get a pick six from James Bradbury. We did force a fumble, but they did recover it. So we had some good, but then the second half we fell apart. I mean, but I'll tell you what, though. But come next week, that defense is going to have to sharpen up come next week. The talent's going to have to show up next week and help us out because we're going against the Minnesota Vikings next week. Okay, they're a stronger team. They got stronger weapons on offense than the Detroit Lions do. Okay, you still got Kirk Cousins, who I think he's an above-average quarterback, but we know he can do some damage against this Eagles defense. We've seen in previous times we played the Vikings, especially in 2019 season, he owns our defense in 2019. And we also know you got Justin Jefferson, who had a good game yesterday, had his career high in receiving yards yesterday, and helped the Vikings beat the Packers. Of course, you got Dalvin Cook there, who's, 3 straight Pro Bowl seasons. He had a respectable game yesterday in the Vikings win over the Packers. You got Adam Thielen there, so there's a better. So you got those 4 guys right there are guys that can make plays against the Eagles defense if they don't sharpen up by next Monday. So Eagles defense, you're going to have to do something, man. You're going to have to get it together right there. Jonathan Gannon, he's going to have to get it together, but the more I think about it, my optimism for our defense with him as our coordinator, it's not high. And I know I'm not the only one in this fan base who feels that way. Most of us feel that way, and especially yesterday. Yeah, even with the talent we had, I mean, granted, it is only week 1, though, which is why I'm not going too hard on this team. However, though, it was still, we could have definitely done a better job defensively, and we should have. We should have for sure, but we didn't. But now we got to go next week against the Minnesota Vikings, who have better playmakers on offense, and that's going to be more concerning. And not to mention, the Vikings have a better defense, too. And we saw them make some plays yesterday against the Packers. We saw them get a big sack on 3rd down. We saw them make a 4th down conversion inside the stop inside the red zone. So we saw the Vikings defense make some plays. They even got a big hit on Aaron Rodgers. He had to temporarily come out of the game. They got a pick on him. So this Vikings defense looked pretty solid yesterday, shutting down that Packers offense with Aaron Rodgers under center. And we know this Vikings defense is better than the Lions defense who we played yesterday, but I still got confidence that our guys can do something and can make some plays against them, which I'll get more in depth with that later this week. I'll do a video, give my preview for the Eagles-Vikings games. I'll get more in depth with that. You can consider this closing part of the video a small preview for next week's game. Yeah, I think definitely. I mean, we do have better playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I think we can do better offensively than the Packers did yesterday against the Vikings, but my biggest concern is defense. So consider that just a small preview of my upcoming video later this week where I'm going to talk about the Eagles-Vikings game. So in conclusion thought, okay, look, we're 1-0. We got the win. That's good right there. It's good that we got the win because we know the Giants and the Commanders got wins. So we at least got the win to stay atop the NFC East to start the season, a 3-way tiebreaker for first. And we also, and it also helps, with momentum. So that's good right there. At least wins a win. It does something for momentum. So it counts. But there were a lot of flaws right there, a lot of mistakes, both in terms of the way we played late in the game, in terms of stupid penalties that we got to fix up on going forward. And it's week 1, so I'm not going to be too hard on them, but that's really what I got to say right there. Everyone that tuned in, thank you for tuning in. If you haven't done so already, drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, hit that notification bell so you're notified when I upload a new vid. And if you're watching this after it was recorded live, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know how you felt about this game, what you took away, the good and the bad. Let me know in the comment section. Most of all, have a wonderful day or night. It's Nicky Stees, signing off.